Okay. Okay. So basically, we're going to go over skin consultations, people's concerns, how to treat, like how to find out people's skin without even having to look at it. We're also going to go through like what problems you might come across with clients not being truthful, not being honest with themselves or with you. And we're going to go through like how best to also adapt skin consultation, not just for skin analysis, but also so you able to prescribe. Okay, so the first thing we were talking about before was we were saying the most important thing is establishing why someone has come to you. So we were saying that if someone comes to you and they say to you, you know, my biggest skin concern is pigmentation. So this is your first question. So someone sits down in front of you and you're going, hi, I'm Anna Louise, pleased to meet you. And then you ask them, okay, so why are you here? What is your concern? Now, this is your first question for a number of reasons. One, because you want to keep it on topic. This person is coming in to see you for skin problems. So when you're recommending treatments and products, you need to reiterate why you're recommending treatments and products, because you're not doing it for a sales point, you're doing it to help them. So they just need to be reminded of it as well. And also you need to stick to their concerns. This is a big thing. I've had so many people, so many therapists seen over time where they would, you know, say to someone, if someone came in for acne, they would say, well, you know, are you not concerned about your lines? Or I've seen people coming in for lines and the therapist would say, well, are you not concerned about your acne along your jawline? Which one is insulting, but also it's, if you say to someone, they're not worried about acne along their jawline, they're not worried about breakouts, they're not worried about congestion. If you say to them, okay, we'll work on that, and then you get them to spend money on fixing that, they're not going to be happy at the end because they never saw it in the first place. So you're making sure that you're picking you're talking to them about what they're concerned, not what you can see. You can always, you know, talk to them later. Okay, so like also when we were talking in the consultation about this, about your skin, then we also noticed that there might be a little bit of pigmentation come up there, which is something you should prevent for future aging. It's good to educate them, but don't be pointing out the flaws. I like, you know, I've had so many people come in that they've been into doctors and the doctors have turned around and said, well, we could do this with those lines and this with those lines. And they've come out with a complex. They're not going to feel better about you or what you're saying to them if you're criticizing them. So first thing is what is your skin concern? Now, when you ask them their skin's concern, so some people will say, oh, well, there's not really, I'm okay. And if they say that, that's great, no problem. We'll just work on getting rid of dead skin cells and give your skin a glow. Some people are like hesitant to open it up at the start, or they might think that actually I just want a little pampering treatment. That's fine. I don't really do pampering treatments. That's not really my kind of thing. I want to see, like, the worse someone's skin is, the better, because I love making a difference to people's skin. So when they're kind of coming in saying they want a treatment, I'm like, yeah, okay, no problem. We can do this treatment. It'll give your skin glow. One of the girls will do that for you. That's no problem. So first of all, first step, what's your concern? If their concern is pigmentation, what you have to do is, it depends on your memory. I have very, 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 very good memory. So I hold every little thing I hear in my head. So I can refer back to it later. But if I'm stressed or distracted, this client will say something to me and I'll say, oh, I must actually give them that because that will be really good. And then because I'm thinking about other stuff going on in the clinic, then I'll forget about it by the end. Has any experienced therapist done that, where you've been in a consultation, went through everything, and then at the end when they've left, you're like, oh, never help them with that. Like you're just like, oh, damn it, I should have just explained to them, that would really help with it. Yeah, it's okay. So basically, when you're the biggest thing with like being with a client is as business owners, it's very, very hard. So say, for example, I might go into a treatment, and just before I go into a treatment, one of the doctors will say something, or one this, or I know this is happening. And I'm like, okay, I automatically do a treatment because I've been doing them 17 years. Like it doesn't require a thought. But even like, when I'm working through what their skin type is, adapting, everything like that, I need to make sure that the minute I step into that room, that everything leaves. Because if everything doesn't leave, I'll still, like, the treatment is fine, but my communication with the client, my recommendation to them, my taking the time with them is what changes. So that's a huge thing, is like, you close the door, you do not bring mobile phones into the treatment room. Timing, like, it's just, yeah, exactly. We don't think about it because we're so used to it. It's so basically in your, as your brain processes, you've two monkeys, or chimps is what they call them. So one chimp is your automatic chimp, and your second chimp is kind of like your subconscious, but it's what works. So say, for example, chimp 2 will learn how to clean their teeth. After you do a certain amount of time, chimp 1 will do it automatically. And that's where you'll get to chimp 1 does it without thinking, just automatically. Ever been speaking or like if you've been introduced to someone and you've been speaking and you suddenly feel intimidated, or you can't remember what you were saying or something like that. What that is your chimp 1 feels like it's been attacked. So when you get like insecure about something, this is why people forget stuff. This is why people get nervous on stage. Chimp 1 goes, oh, I don't like this, and stops working. And then chimp 2 takes a few seconds to kind of kick back into old gear. So we automatically we need to kind of take our head out of our business and step into the treatment room. And this is the biggest kind of problem with having a business and doing treatments, especially when you do everything like stock and all that marketing, website, everything like that. When you're managing everything, trying to step away from that is but when you talk to someone, have a consultation, sit down, you have to get into the zone. I am not going to think about anything else but this client. So that's a really important thing. So every time now, from now on, just remember, nothing else, just step out. So first thing is their concern. So even what I get the girls to do is we have a prescription pad. So on the prescription pad, they can just write down, where the notes are, pigmentation or aging or melasma or, acne, or just write something down to remember. So someone will come in she'll come in and say, my skin is like very red, very irritated. There's also this pigmentation spot here. I'm also starting to get lines on my neck, and I know I won't remember all of them. So we need to make sure that we're taking a note of everything. So at the back of this consultation form, there's also a prescription sheet. So what you can do is, as you're going through the questions, you can just note down. So then you can go, okay, I'm just taking note, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up a plan for you to help you with this. Is that okay? Okay. Do you tell your clients at the start of a consultation that you are going to sell to them? No. Yeah. But do you say to them that you're going to do a plan for them? Who says that they're going to do a plan for them? Yes. Okay. Okay. So when you're saying to them, okay, so these are your concerns. Your concern is your pigmentation and your fine lines. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're going to go through this consultation and then I'm going to come up with a plan for you. Now, with the plan, we'll give you skincare product advice and we'll give you treatment advice. The reason why we do both is because one does not work without the other. If you do treatments, your skin will be amazing. I can guarantee that. But if you don't use skin products we recommend afterwards, it will last a few days. So you have to say to them, yeah, I'll give you prescriptive advice or I'll give you a treatment plan. But did you notice I said something at the end of that? Did anyone hear me say, is that okay? Yeah? Yeah. Do you know why? Does anyone know why? Yeah, there's another thing. So if I say to you, yes, yes, I'm going to tell you what you should be using on your skin. Is that okay? Yes. Okay, exactly. So you need to, because you're explaining to them like this is about they're going to listen to you. I have so many cynical clients and they think they know everything now. And trying to get them to listen is really hard. Like I've refused clients because I'm just like, no, if you can't use the skincare I'm telling you will change your skin, but then I don't want to waste my time doing treatments about you. So it's the yes. The more yeses, the better. So you ask them and they say yes and you nod and they nod. Anyone nodded there? It's but it's not about it's getting them to be positive because you think about it. How many times do you go in somewhere and someone is, like pushy or something like that on you and you're like backed off? But if they're talking to you and saying, listen, I can help with this if you want me to. Do you want me to? Okay, yeah. Yeah, actually I do want you to. So that's just like saying at the start. The other reason why is because you're going to say, okay, when we're talking about this, when we're talking about dry skin, remember you were discussing about how you hate your dry, flaky skin. This is why you need to drink more water. So every recommendation you're going to get will come back to your skin concern. So every time you make a recommendation, come back to say why. This is your skin concern. This is how I'll help you. Okay, on to the skin consultation. Now, a lot of you are doing the online consultations at the moment. So this is like paper. We've moved it all online. We're using Forest at the moment. I do miss paper, but I would strongly suggest moving on to consultation forms. Okay, so your first thing is just getting their details. Now, second question. Everybody who's experienced, do you get them to fill it in theirself, or do you ask them the questions and fill it in? Yeah, like if they're older, fair enough. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. If I ask you, and this is, just think about this. If I ask you how much alcohol you drink, or if I ask you to fill in a form how much alcohol you drink, are they going to be the same answers? No. Okay, so if I come along and I say to you, I'm looking here and you're saying you're drinking only 1 to 2 glasses a week. That's right, is it? they're not going to change their answer unless, and also as well as that, it's kind of like you go through every question that they've already answered. So basically you're just looking through, seeing what flags you. You can do it that way, but I'm telling you, if you ask them the question, you will get more information about them truthfully. Okay. So I understand about, get like online, it's kind of tough. And I understand getting them to fill it in because it's quicker to go through with them quickly to kind of have a look through. But honestly, if you think about it yourself, if someone sat down, I just go like, anytime I fill in the other day I was filling in a form for something, like it was complete. I was like, no. I was like, well, like, but if someone sits down and talks to me and asks me about it, so what I do is I get them to fill in the personal details and medical history. So say we have the 3 forms. One is your medical side, one is your lifestyle, and one is your skin. So the medical forms, I will get them to fill in themselves. So like, have they any contraindications, blah, blah, blah. Because that's a basic yes or no. The only thing will be the medication, because a lot of the times people won't tell the truth because, they don't want to tell people they're on antidepressants, antipsychotics, that kind of way. So if I'll get them to fill it in, but I'll also ask them, are you sure you're not on any medication? So the personal details and medical history. You can honestly stay going and it's fine. But if you want real answers from real people, sit them down and say, okay, really, how much alcohol are you drinking a week? And then you'll get the real answer. So it's really important. Your lifestyle and your skin analysis and the skin products they use. In the consultation forms, we have the skin products like cleanser, exfoliator, moisturizer, and they'll put like hydrating cleanser or just Elemis the whole way down. It's not real communication, and you try and ask them about it and they're like more defensive. Okay, so I want you to answer me just exactly, what do you wash with in the face? Yeah. So basically, it is good to say where list brands where known. Most of the time, okay, experienced therapists here. How many times have you seen therapists not want to say really what they're using? Like not want to admit the cheap brands, but only the expensive brands. Like I found that a lot in Barnes because they have too much money and then they get them. Yeah, that's a good idea, getting them to bring the products with them. Yeah. So like they'll say to you, oh yeah, I use Elemis, and they think that's good. And like, okay, that's terrible. But like even worse is what you're really using. So I asked them, okay, what exactly are you washing your skin with in the morning? And how does that feel on your skin? Okay, so we'll go back to this then. But my main thing is send them off for the medical questionnaire. Yes, definitely. They fill it in, the personal details, and they sign it. But for the skin assessment and lifestyle questionnaire, you do need to it is better. You can do whichever way you want, but I see it's 100% better to sit down and talk to them. You'll get more truthful answers. Okay, so what happens? So we're asking the skin concern question. We go on to like the skin assessment, which is here, the first page. And what happens if the client says, well, I have this and I have this and I have this, and their skin is flawless? Like, what do you do? What do people do when you have a client who has lovely skin and they're telling you, oh, well, I have this and I have a line there and a line there? Does anyone tell them to leave their clinic? Yes, Caroline. So everything is a degree. So for example, you get some people that they think their skin is worse than what it is, and it's only a bit. And if you turn around and say to them, your skin is actually fine. It's only, I know you might feel it, but a good bit of exfoliation will even out the skin tone. There's really nothing there. And they go, okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's perfect. A person who says to you that my skin is terrible, I've been to all other places, I didn't like the treatments that they done, and I don't know what to do about this and this and this, and there's nothing there. That type of person is 100% body dysmorphic. Do not, exactly. Honestly, my words are, oh, I don't think we have the treatment for you. It's so hard. It's so hard, especially if they've a nice person as well. I've come across ones that are like my full on acne and they have 2 spots. And I'm like, you're such a nice person. There's nothing wrong with your skin. Please listen to me. But yeah, when they're giving out about other clinics, do not treat. Do not. If they come into you and said, oh, I've been down the road and they did a terrible treatment on me, don't treat them, because they are the type of person that will moan about you because you can't fix their body dysmorphia. Yeah, see, the thing is, okay, if you get someone that is like, oh, I just want to do something with my skin and there's nothing there, and they're giving out about other clinics, there's a major risk there. And the people that, like, I've seen, say even when they still come back, every time it's like, oh, but that's still there and that's still there. So at the very worst, they give you a bad Google review. We had one of those clients who, like, I mean, filler to the last. I didn't want her being a client. The doctor took her at the time, this couple of years ago, and she, something to do with, oh yeah, he had to dissolve some of her old filler because it was really bad, and then he put in new filler and it was perfect. And she tried ringing during the weekend or something where we were closed. I think it might have been Easter weekend or something, but she tried ringing us, and she contacted Duncan, and Duncan was like, yeah, just come in. And she wrote a really bad Google review for the clinic. It's the only review we've had that's ever been bad, but it's just been like, I wish we'd just, because that's there forever. And then you have other people that will come back, but then they'll just never be happy. And I can't listen to moany people. If you've more patience, then good woman yourself, because I just couldn't be listening. I'm putting my time, my effort into you, and you're just moaning about nothing that's there on your face. But I know it's tough because sometimes you just can't, you can't, like, you want to help them as well. But I would, anyone that complains about any other clinics that that's never happy with any treatments, and I would just be like, done, out of it. Well, you can always say that you just don't have something that would treat that. It's worse. Imagine if she went around slagging you off. And a small town, like, even though we were in London, Barnes is small area. You can't take that like one small thing. It just doesn't work. It's something you have to kind of weigh up. Sometimes you get, if you've a nice, like, it's got to do with your personality. If you're like, yeah, it's fine, no problem, and you're able to like let it wash over you, you'll be fine. But I would, someone that slags off other clinics, that is never happy with treatments and never happy with themselves, I would just say, listen, I don't have anything that would be best for that. I think you should have a look around and see. I can help you have a look for somewhere else. But it is like, this is my advice to you, but whatever you feel you want to do. But I just, yeah, I've seen too many people like that. It's getting harder and harder. Like, people are very cynical about themselves. Okay, so skin consultation. So we do skin assessment. Now, the reason why we have the tick box is because for specific reasons. So we still ask them, what's your main concern? They tell us, okay, just go through this tick box and have a look of which, you would find on your skin that you're concerned about. Okay, that's perfect, which is the priorities. Your next question, how long have you noticed these changes in your skin? So how long have you noticed is going to be how hard it is to treat it. So the longer the skin condition is there, the more, you're going to take, it's going to take more treatments, it's going to be more skincare, and they just need to be realizing that. Okay, so next one. Are your present skin problems getting more pronounced? Obviously, that's if, to get an idea of their skin condition. Did you notice if it's worse at any times of the day, month, year? Rosacea flares up, rosacea will more flare up in the summer. Dry eczema skin will more flare up in the winter. Just getting an idea. Have you had any previous treatments for this before? So this is an important question to have an idea about how they look after their skin. Clients that have had a few things before, have had everything done before, that's just something you need to take into consideration for yourself. I, again, would be wary of someone who's had everything and happy with nothing. Okay, so this is all about their skin. So sensitivity, if someone takes sensitivity, three of those, so then it's sensitive. So if they had a reaction, if they burn easily in moderate sunlight, if they blush easily, tendency to redness, this is sensitive. So sensitive and sensitivity, how can we establish by this simple questionnaire, how do we establish it's sensitive or sensitized? Yes, born with it or not, or allergies. So sensitive skin, do you burn easily in moderate sunlight? So I burn in a half an hour of sun. But I don't have sensitive skin. That's my Fitzpatrick skin type. I don't blush when I'm nervous. I don't have a tendency to redness, and I've never had a reaction. So I don't have sensitive skin. So if you get a client in that has a tendency to redness and blushes easily, does that mean they have sensitive skin? If someone blushes or goes red, does that mean they have sensitive skin? Exactly. No. Sensitive skin is reactive skin. It's no barrier to your skin. Redness is redness. So if someone reacts to heat by going red, that's just the way their skin will react, and it'll go down. Same as someone reacts brown to heat or inflammation in the skin, and then it will go down. So redness does not mean sensitivity. Reaction means sensitivity. Dryness, tightness, broken capillaries does not mean sensitive. It doesn't mean sensitized either. So redness is how close their capillaries are to the surface, how thin their skin is, their Fitzpatrick, how their immune system, like the genes, react to how the redness, how their skin reacts to something. Just because they go red does not mean they're sensitive. So for example, if someone says to me, I react to loads of products, and but I don't have sensitive skin. Well, then they've sensitive skin. If they say I blush easily, well, then it's their capillary network. That's how they react. So this is very easy to see sensitive, sensitized, or just Fitzpatrick skin type. Do you suffer from PIH? So PIH is your post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So everybody has different degrees of how they will suffer with PIH. Some people will suffer. You ever have a client in that says that they go brown even when they're not exposed to the sun? That is post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Do you ever have anyone with a kind of shadow around their nose and chin? That's PIH. Basically, from excess oil production around the nose and chin area creates extra pigmentation, and that creates the shadow in that area. So keeping an eye out for PIH is huge. Most of the time, people don't even know what it is. Just making sure. So, say for example, like some of our students in Warrington, we had one of the students. She had two daughters. So she was black and her husband was white, and one daughter was black and one daughter was white. But if you burnt her, or if you went too hot with the laser or anything like that, she's going to post pigment. So the reason you can't just judge by skin color, make sure to put it into your skin consultation. And if someone goes, what's post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation? Okay, it is if you get a burn or a cut, it becomes brown in that area rather than red. I have a regular client who's redness, but it's not typical symptom. Okay, so has anyone seen, so Gayle said about typical symptoms of rosacea. Okay, typical symptoms. Okay, we're talking about rosacea now because this is, how do we determine if someone has rosacea? What is the difference? What is the main symptom that determines rosacea? What's the main symptom? Okay, so what if it is, there's a word you're missing, Tracy. There's one word. So if I get, I think I'm starting to get redness around my nose and cheeks, but there's a difference. Yeah, so red nose and cheek, permanent. Exactly. Exactly. That is the difference. Permanent redness on the nose and cheeks. Permanent. It doesn't go up when they flush, it doesn't come down, it doesn't react. It's permanent redness across the nose and cheeks. So if they have permanent redness in this area, we know it's rosacea. The second thing we need to do is we need to establish whether it's rosacea with excess oil and excess bacteria, or rosacea with capillary not working, or acid mantle not intact. So for example, most times rosacea will be bacteria and excess oil, both of those together, too much Demodex in the area. But sometimes what can happen is someone with sensitivity can lead to dryness and can lead to like a kind of wind battered effect on that area. So that is like more rosacea, but it's like acid mantle. So when we talk about rosacea, when I talk about rosacea, it's the bumps underneath the skin. And those bumps are because basically what happens is when the bacteria creates too much, so the Demodex feed on the oil, and the feed on the oil converts it into triglycerides, from free fatty acids, and that excess oil pushes up through the pore and causes the bumps underneath the skin. So someone comes into you and they say they've rosacea, permanent redness, it has to be. If they've broken capillaries, it's not rosacea. It's basically, it's a type of rosacea group. Like, for example, you might say acne has a load of different types. So acne could be one thing, could be another thing. Rosacea has a few different types. So under rosacea in medical terms, broken capillaries is put under rosacea. But when we talk about fixing rosacea, we're not talking about that. So when they come in with redness under their skin, that's when we talk. Now, if she has dryness, just excessive dryness, that is all it is repairing the acid mantle and fixing IPL for getting rid of the veins. That's it. But rosacea with oil, yeah. No, because she isn't, it's like a battered by wind kind of look, where it's like just dry and irritated. And probably more of it's from that boot stuff. So if it's dry and irritated, again, no oil. Repair the acid mantle. Best thing for that is just tell her, get on pure aloe vera for 2 weeks, and her skin will start to improve. Once it starts to improve, getting some laser and zapping the veins will be amazing for it. Okay, so if there's a tendency to redness, that can be where they can get the nose and cheeks. Now, if it's, and I've seen this so many times, if it's bumps underneath the skin, and some companies tell people they need to repair the acid mantle with all types of rosacea. That's not true. If you do that, if you put an oily product, I've seen like 3 cases just before we closed the clinic of this. If you put an oily product on, you will make it worse. So like calming, soothing, anything like, no, opposite. Salicylic retinol. 100%. The retinol have the cell turnover. The salicylic is anti-inflammatory, eats away the bacteria and helps regulate the oil control. Okay, so sensitivity is talking about your sensitivity questions are talking about your redness. So you want to ask them, do you burn? Do you have permanent redness? Do you have just flushing? And do you react to anything? And that's where you're going to get an idea of their state. So basically, I'll have clients in and they'll go, oh yeah, I do have reactions sometimes and my skin's a bit sensitive. So I'll ask them, like, has it always been the case? And they'll be like, no. Okay, that's the products you're using. Oil production. Do you ever experience these conditions? Flakiness, tightness, or obvious dryness. So this is so if someone says they get breakouts, but they get tightness of dryness, if they say they get oily shine during the day, okay, hands up for anyone who knows the answer to this. Oily shine during the day, dryness, and breakouts. What's that? Answer. There had some... Nope. Yes. Straight away. I used to work in Sanctuary Spa in Covent Garden, and basically we used to have those old Dermalogica skin cameras, and this was 16 years ago. 16 years ago, and we used to have the old skin cameras, and basically the clients would sit down, they would say 1 or 2 things, and I would say, you're using soap or wipes. And they'd be like, how do you know? And straight away, oily shine, dry cheeks, breakouts, combination skin. They'll just say, oh, my skin is all over the place. It's dry in areas, oily in areas. You have more pores on your nose and chin, so you will create more oil here automatically. You have less pores on these areas and these areas, so these will get dried out quicker. You have so basically, when you hear me talking about adnexal structure, so see if you look at your neck has less pores. So remember we were saying about it's not, every time I come to say this, I keep forgetting it's not follicular epithelium, but it's the epithelium from, why am I not thinking this? Basically the cells that get made by your skin that come up to the surface. You've less here and you've more here. So this means that this area turns over cell renewal much, much quicker than this area. Actually, neck is twice as slow. So if you ever had a reaction on your face and neck, your neck lasts for ages because the healing on your neck is twice as slow as on your face because of the adnexal structures, because of the slowness of cell turnover. This means because of that, you can get much more cloggage around your nose and chin area. That's natural. That's just the way your skin works. That doesn't mean acid mantle. But if you're coming in and you're going, this is excessively shiny at 12 o'clock in the day, I always say 12 o'clock and they're like, yeah, 12 o'clock in the day, excessively shiny, this is tight. Okay, that's not what your skin should be doing, and that's not right. So that is impaired acid mantle. That is stripped pH, combination skin, but not as a skin type, but more as a skin condition. It's combination skin condition. When did you last see kids having an oily shine down their nose, or blockages or anything like that? It's because combination skin isn't a type. It's what happens to your skin. So we know that if they say, so for example, what if they say, I get flakiness, tightness on my skin and burning and itching sensation? What if they say flakiness, tightness, and burning, itching sensation? What do you think it is? Okay, so if it's dry and flaky, there's a big difference now, because one of the girls who I think it's on here, she won't be on here, but she messaged me yesterday. If it's dry and flaky alone, it's just dry, lacking oil. That's it. Just dry. So you can exfoliate, you can give it a good scrub, you can use glycolic products on it, you can increase your water and oil on it, and it'll help it a lot. If it is burning sensation, then that is when the dryness isn't their skin condition, or skin type that they're born with, it's their stripped acid mantle. So that's completely different. That is the enzyme in their body is not making it. So we spoke about how you can help with that through like nutritional nutritional foods and products and stuff like that. How do you help with that? Someone comes and tells you there's burning, itching skin, it's very, very dry. So when I opened up the clinic in London, I had a lady and she was lovely. She came in at the very, very start and she had just dry skin. Now, I mean, that rough, dry skin, and nothing what you can do will help it, apart from one thing. I'm going to see if anyone can get this. What do you do? Someone comes in, dry, itchy, oils from inside. Yes. Drink more water. Yes. Yes, exactly. Supplements, lymphatic system, water. But if someone comes into you with just dry, flaky skin, that's not the same. That's just exfoliate, hydrate. That's it. There is no, don't moisturize. No, someone with burning, itching sensation, one ingredient in a product will absolutely make the difference in 2 weeks. Absolutely make a difference. You can ask two of the students I have in the last only year. I've both got them to do it. Nope. I've gotten them both to do it. They're both of them, their skin has changed within 2 weeks of just doing that. One ingredient. Nope. So you have a client, she doesn't want to spend, nope. Yes. So you have a client that doesn't want to spend money, their skin is irritated, they're using boots, crap, it's dry, it's rosacea. Aloe vera. Aloe vera. Aloe vera is the easiest, once it's 99.9%, easiest product to sell. You know they'll get results from it, and it will change their skin. 2 weeks and their skin will be better. Two of the girls came in and both of them were like, redness here because they've less, see here you've the oil glands, here you've the oil glands. This part here gets always irritated like eczema when they've stripped acid mantle. And both of them I got to do just because, you know, just do the aloe vera for 2 weeks and see a difference. Okay, so aloe vera Naissance. Naissance is lovely, really, really nice. There's actually, just make sure it's clear and just make sure that it's not like fragrance. You can see when you look at it, smell of some of them. Just make sure that when you look at the back of the ingredients, it's only aloe vera. But the Naissance one is very nice, very nice. We buy it off Amazon, but you can get it from them straight in Spain. Psoriasis is immune system, is stress. Psoriasis is you can't, aloe vera will help it. Oat milk or oatmeal milk. So say, for example, what they used to do, Naissance is Naissance. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh yes, psoriasis. That's internal. It's not something you can get rid of. But oatmeal milk is a great way for like applying it to the area. So basically, no, not eaten. So basically, what you would basically years ago, Dermalogica used to have this amazing mask called Colloidal Oatmeal Mask, and it basically was porridge, and you mix it with water and it kind of get gloopy paste. It was brilliant for sensitive, irritated skin. Amazing. That will help with, but with psoriasis, it's no, wouldn't give a reaction. No. But yeah. So psoriasis it's a genetic deformity. There's not much you can do. That's it. You just have to relax and not be stressed. That's a major one for psoriasis. One question. If someone has psoriasis, what treatment shouldn't you do on them? A probiotic, yeah, that's good. No, treatment, what treatment can you not do on them? What treatment, if someone has psoriasis, what treatment can you not do? Peels? Laser's fine. Peels? One more. Not microneedling. Exactly. So Harja, you can't get peels or needling. Okay, so if someone says to you, I have very excessive oily skin. Okay, this is a good question. I'll go back to this now. The psoriasis, if they have, like say for example, a small amount on their elbows that appears rarely, then you're not really meant to do it, but it's okay. But the problem is you have to remember their skin is traumatized, and when it's traumatized, it creates extra skin cells. So say for example, they say to you, yeah, it's fine, but you do a skin treatment and that creates extra skin cells on their face. So that's what you have to be aware of. So anything like that that I'm worried about, I'll just say, listen, go get a doctor's note, and then that's not a problem. It's on me. It's not on me. But that is something that, like, if someone has quite bad psoriasis or has psoriasis of the scalp, that I wouldn't touch them at all. But in small areas like, elbows that rarely come up, then you could be okay with like a gentle peel. But again, your insurance might not cover you either. The other thing, so if you get them to get a doctor's note and they take responsibility, it's just, again, if you go to court, that wouldn't cover you because you're meant to be the therapist, you're meant to be the one with the knowledge. So it would be just doctor's note. It's the fluoragin gene, I think, as well. Yeah, that gets stimulated. Okay, back to oil. If someone says they have excessively oily skin, so yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So they have a higher skin cell turnover than usual. Some can be like extreme, some can be slightly. Obviously your sister shouldn't sue you, but like, you don't want to do it on take the risk with clients. So if someone says, ticks yes, do you ever experience oily shine during the day? Yes. Someone says 12 o'clock, it only comes up, the rest of my skin is dry. Then we know, okay, don't touch. That's stripped acid mantle. Oily shine all day, but they didn't have very oily skin. What could it be? This is something from last week. Could be hormones, yeah. Yeah, it's not nice when you have those things. Yes, exactly what they're eating. So they say oily shine, sugar, stress, all of that. Do you ever experience a burning, itching sensation on your skin? So yes, we've covered that. Oily shine is only when it's T-zone oily shine. When it's general oily shine, stress, sugar, hormones. One of those three things. Okay, and then they mark their skin type. So what we're going to do is go through here their lifestyle. So how much water do you consume daily? How much water are they meant to drink daily? 2 to 3 liters you're meant to drink. Yeah, exactly. If you go to the gym, you should drink a little bit more than 2 liters. Do you drink more than 4 caffeinated beverages a day? Why does it matter? How many caffeinated beverages are the people meant to drink a day? How does that affect your skin? Yeah, dehydrates. It's also toxic. It's caffeine. Exactly. Caffeine is a free radical, so it's is toxic to your body. So yeah, it dehydrates. So really what it should be is 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 drinks. Try and replace your first drink of the morning with your turmeric, lemon and hot water, and try and make sure you don't have a caffeinated beverage after 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Yeah, exactly. And wine. I think wine is impossible to reduce. This was the other thing when we were on the treats. What I would say to people with wine is swap to a clear liquid, because your liver can process a clear liquid much easier. So swap to like gin and tonic, vodka, soda, water, lime, something like that. Wine, yeah, it's harder for your body to take. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so do you smoke? Or how many alcoholic beverages do you consume weekly? So alcohol is a free radical within our body. It reduces circulation, dehydrates the skin, slows down the flow in lymphatic system. Okay, yeah, smoking is terrible. Okay, so lacking in water. So the first question, how much water? If they don't drink enough water, then your skin will be dehydrated. Your cells, like your actual cells within your body, won't work effectively, and your lymphatic system will slow down. Okay. You excess caffeine, your lymphatic system slows down, you become dehydrated, and free radicals are produced within your body much quicker. The alcohol is the same thing. It reduces circulation also as well, and it builds up of free radicals in the body. It dehydrates, and it slows down lymphatic system as well. So when you're asking these questions, you're thinking in your head, okay, so do you smoke? Yes or no? Smoking reduces circulation to the skin, which is a huge one. It reduces vitamin C levels in the skin. It creates a free radical. It slows down your lymphatic system. Do you exercise regularly? Yes or no? Exercise increases your lymphatic system. It also helps with your circulatory system. It also helps carry water to your cells. Also, you're going to drink more water. Do you follow a restricted diet? Okay, with a restricted diet, we're looking for making sure that they're not fat-free and that they eat healthily. So this is where I'll ask, what kind of diet do you eat? Do you drink much, do you eat much salmon? Do you eat much fruit and veg? That's where I'll ask all of this. This is why I sit down and ask. Rate your level of stress on a scale of 1 to 10. How much of a percentage do you think stress will affect their skin? So when you're doing a consultation, do you advise your clients about their stress levels? Exactly. Raise cortisol levels, increases testosterone in the body, increases free radicals in the body, increases oil production in the body, and increases hair growth in the body. So because basically what we do is, what I do is I say to them, the Calm app, Calm is an app that is like meditation, relaxing, zoning out. It's a brilliant little thing to recommend to people just to use to help relax. Do you? Increase in testosterone. Testosterone actually is basic. What happens is you'll get your hormone levels. So when your hormone levels say for example, women, when they increase testosterone, increases the rate of falling out hair. Men, it's complete opposite. So men, it's when they've less testosterone in their body that their hair starts to fall out. So you have basically testosterone will feed like the hair to grow and everything like that. When a hair falls out, if there's no stimulation of hair growth within 2 years, that's where hair doesn't come back in that follicle. That's where they start to go bald. That's why like hair loss is, you have to stimulate the hair growth within a certain period of time, where you're not going to get, the hair to grow back. Also stress levels, it's testosterone levels in the body for women. I get that as well, 100%. I get bald patches. It's really such a pain. Also hair supplements, hair devices, all that kind of stuff is going to be another big thing in the future. PRP for hair growth. It's going to be very popular. Okay, so if they're taking medication, we're watching out for photosensitivity, or medication also is you're checking for like dehydration in the body. Anybody who's like new onto like this industry, get the BNF, download it on your iPad, or buy a hard copy of it. And basically BNF is the Bible for all medications, and it tells you the side effects and why people have it. So say for example, fluoxetine is an antidepressant. Well, the side effects can be photosensitivity, dehydration, blah, blah, blah. So BNF is a really, really good one to have. Allergies. Obviously allergies for products, allergies for ingredients, and allergies what they have internally themselves. Thanks. Okay, so then Botox, collagen injectables. What do we do about someone who says they've had no work done and they've had? When you have a client that comes in and they're like, no, I've had nothing that done. Yes, exactly. If I do this radio frequency on you, it can disrupt the collagen granules in you, like from your filler, so it can actually break down the filler quicker. And once you explain that to them, okay, no problem, but just so you know, Botox, okay, if I do skin needling, the vibrations from the needling pen will actually stimulate a reaction in your muscles to actually breaks down the toxin Botox quicker. So once you understand that, so just explain to them, just so you know, this is a side effect if you do. We can avoid it, we can do a different treatment, or if you want, we can still go ahead. Two weeks for Botox, 4 weeks for fillers. That's my hand. I remember actually here. 4 weeks for fillers. Yeah, they can still use a roller because that's only epidermal. It's not affecting, and it's also no vibrations. It's not the stamping, it's not the collagen, it's not the immune reaction, it's actually the vibrations. If anyone's had if they're being, normally if you explain the risk, then they'll go, all right, okay. But if they're being like, yeah, I would. No problem. So Botox, Botox 2 weeks, fillers is 4 weeks. You need, yes, so only certain amount. So basically, for example, skin needling can break down it quicker. The degree is tiny, and it also helps stimulate collagen production. So it's really not that much of a deal. Muscle contractions and Botox can break it down quicker as well. Like KC, your muscle stimulation, facial electrics. Filler, it's radio frequency that can break it down quicker. But the degree is small, but it's still a degree. No, same thing again. It's because you have to remember ultrasonic isn't, it's not at that degree, it's only the treatments, like in treatments. Actually, so chemical peels are actually fine to do a few days afterwards, but it's only open skin, anything like that. So what we would do is sometimes, a day or two before they do Botox, we'd give them a peel, or you can do it like a week, 2 weeks afterwards, depending on the peel. Just as superficial, it's fine a week later. But generally what we say to people is, because insurance will tell you it's 2 weeks Botox, 4 weeks fillers. Okay. Contraceptive, hormonal, substantive, how does that affect the skin? Okay, so yeah, it depends on the contraceptive, and it depends on what they're using. Like, say for example, if you had the milli pill, the Implamon, something like that, that's going to be more progesterone based. Progesterone based is actually more like testosterone based. It's more like male type, where it suppresses the estrogen. Whereas, say your typical woman's pill will all be more estrogen based. Estrogen based means actually can um, be extra oil production and can be more sensitive. So it does depend on which contraceptive, but the biggest difference is not when they're on it, but when they change it. Okay, that's great to know. So normally you find that your skin might be thinner during this type of, but if you come off it, your skin's going to change, just so you're aware of that. Um, where were we? Scar tissue. Oh yeah, so heart cardiac, cold contraceptive, tattoo, semi-permanent makeup in the area. Obviously, acids break down semi-permanent makeup, eyebrows easier, so you have to avoid the eyebrows. Blood clots is your doctor's note. Like, this is only got to do with your treatments, pacemaker, internal metal pins. You need a doctor's note. Family history of skin cancer. So if they've had personal history of skin cancer, like malignant melanoma, then you would not treat them. If they've had small precancerous lesion, then it's okay. You just avoid the area. Can you use the roller on microbladed eyebrows? So I use it on mine because mine, like, kind of want them to break down, but you can, but it is stimulating collagen in that area. So either it'll work 2 ways. Your immune system will break down the ink quicker, or it'll wrap more collagen in that area, more collagen in that area. So it'll break it down even less quicker. But if it's something they're worried about that they've just got done, then I would say leave it alone and don't touch the area. Yeah. Are you taking any herbal preparations? St. John's Wort. St. John's Wort is illegal in Ireland. It's still legal in the UK to get, but it's very bad for you. It's very bad for your liver. It's very bad for your photosensitivity on the skin. Do you know that the photosensitivity from medication is actually, it's linked to your liver? That's why you get photosensitivity, because it's how it affects your liver affects how the enzymes react to protecting your skin. It's crazy, but it shows that there's a link between them both. That's why medications that are bad for your liver, everything like that, they create that photosensitivity on your skin. St. John's Wort comes from ragwort. Ragwort is a plant that grows in fields, and ragwort is, if you leave it out and horses eat it, they'll die from it. And no joke, no exaggeration. Like I've grown up with horses for years, like since I was born. If horses eat ragwort, they can die from it, from a poisoning to their liver. So yeah, very bad. St. John's wort is terrible. What else was there? Oh, thyroid problems. So hyper and hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism, it affects your dryness of your skin. It affects your photosensitivity, like your pigmentation. Hyperthyroidism is everything's into overdrive. Both of those will have medication with them. Hypo has thyroxine. Thyroxine is photosensitizing. So if they find they're more lethargic, more drier skin, when was the last time you got your hormones checked? Sometimes that can help because it can have a link to thyroidism. Epilepsy, so yeah, we obviously need a doctor's note. Okay, so what skincare products are you currently using? So now you need to ask them about their skincare products, what they're using exactly. So what you're using on your face, blah, blah, blah. So photosensitivity is, yeah, saggy eyes, and actually, where is it? It's also as well when one eyebrow goes thin at the end. Where is it? It's I remember a doctor telling me years ago. It's something else. It's got to do with yeah, the hair growth or whatever, but like something to do with it. Photosensitivity means sensitivity to sunlight. It means that if you go into sunlight when this is when you're doing this or have this photosensitivity, you're more chance of pigmentation to your skin. There is something, so if someone is photosensitive or on photosensitive medication, they will get reactive like pigmentation. But then if it's extremely photosensitivity, like if you're taking medication, getting chemical peels out in the sun, what's going to happen is you're going to get something called polymorphic light eruption, which is like a rash on their skin. I did it to my aunt. I basically, she'd retinol, and she'd stopped it 2 weeks before, but it was this summer, and I did an IPL treatment, and she was on thyroxine. So all the things together, she came out in polymorphic light eruption, which is like the skin rash. What really helped was hydrocortisone. If you ever come across that, it helps. So what I want to do is I want to do some skin consultations. So who wants to come? If they're on photosensitive medication, you're not covered with your insurance, so you need to get a doctor's note. And a lot of people are on photosensitivity medication. Okay. I want to do a skin consultation on someone. Who wants a skin consultation done? Who wants to come on camera? Come on. Okay. Oh, BNF. Rowan, how do you turn on your camera? Let me see. I'm going to end sharing. But also, yeah, but you're not going to do anything much for her when she's like abusing sunbeds. Really, what you want to do is kind of go, okay, but does she care? Because generally, when someone's a sunbed worshipper, they don't really care about their skin. They're just like, yeah, whatever, I want to look brown. But vitamin C, rollerine, retinol, like really strong retinol program, strip her skin. Just tell her stop using her face, keep her face out of it. Or otherwise, just let her do what she wants, because you're not going to win. Okay.
Hello.
Hi. Okay, give me 2 seconds. I need to find how to move this across so I can chat to you properly. You all right?
I'm good, thank you.
Embarrassed?
I have my kid with me, so hopefully he doesn't start chatting.
Okay. So I want to do this one, and then I want to do one with the experience so that they can give me a really hard time and ask me the most difficult questions. Okay, so how are you, Ran?
Good, thank you.
So how's your skin at the moment? How are you finding it? What's it like?
I think at the moment, my probably biggest concern is when I'm not wearing any makeup, it's just redness, and like that's just generally, even after I've like washed, it just goes, my cheeks just go red. Yeah. And then aging, so fine lines and things like that.
Okay, cool. So so mainly it's the redness, and then also you're just trying to prevent aging worries about fine. Okay, cool. So what we'll do is we'll go through this, and then I'm just going to get an idea about you, and then I'll be able to tell you what you should be doing with your skin. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So I'm going to go through this consultation. I should.
There's me.
Kids.
Oh.
Okay, so how long, the redness, we'll focus on that first. So how long have you noticed the redness within your skin?
Oh, for months. Probably more than months. It's always there. Like it's just, it's generally always there. Okay. But then you were saying earlier about like after I exercise, like, I mean, that's just normal. I just go horrendously red, like my whole face will go red. But even when I wake up in the morning or don't wear makeup, it's just generally across there.
Okay. And have you ever had any treatments before for it?
Not specifically for that, no.
Okay. Have you had treatments before?
I've had one acid peel before, and then just general facials, but that's about it.
Okay, so the acid peel, what was it like? What was it? How did it work?
I think it was 20% glycolic.
Okay.
From what I can remember. It was quite a while ago. But yeah, that was it. And it was literally, she just wiped it on my face and then I left pretty much.
Yeah, that's generally, and 20% glycolic isn't much, but really it should have been proper consultation and like program. What was I going to say to you was, so when you eat spicy foods, you go red?
No.
Okay. And do you flush, like flush?
Yeah.
Exercise, but like say when you get embarrassed, anything like that?
Oh no, not majorly, no.
Okay. And how's your skin generally? Does it feel dry and tight, or is it like feels okay?
No, it feels okay.
And do you ever get breakouts?
Only hormonally, like monthly.
Okay. And oily shine during the day?
Minimal.
Okay. So what I'm trying to figure out at the moment is how your skin type is. So looking at your skin type, I would say the redness that you're talking about it doesn't have to do with your skin type, more your genetics. So we'll go on to that now as well. So at the moment, how much water do you drink a day generally?
Oh, if I get a litre in, maybe a litre and a half, I'd say that's a good day.
Okay.
I do try. I have one of those water bottles, but I just forget. Okay.
And do you drink much alcohol?
At the weekends, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And when you drink wine, does it go red?
Yeah, I do sometimes. If I drink a lot, I think my cheeks feel they feel hot.
Oh, okay. And what else as well? Okay, so how much caffeine would you drink every day?
Generally only, like I'll have one coffee, and then I don't really drink a lot of coffee, so it's one coffee and then maybe like a Diet Coke, but I've tried to give that up.
Okay. And what's your diet like generally? So say in the morning, would you have a proper breakfast or not?
Yeah. I feed the kids as well at the same time, so yeah, breakfast is fine. 2 seconds, darling, 2 seconds.
Hi.
Can you? Yeah, sorry.
Okay, and then so would you eat like fish and meat during the week, or only fish, or mainly chicken? Would you eat much veg, fruit?
Yeah, fruit, loads of fruit. We eat some meat. We're trying to be better in terms of like the whole vegan thing. So I have oat milk instead of normal milk. But yeah, fruit and veg, I think we're pretty good at, yeah.
Okay, cool. And do you smoke and do you exercise regularly?
Don't smoke and exercise 3 to 4 times a week.
Okay, cool. And what else as well? What are you using on your skin at the moment? Like, what do you wash your face with in the morning?
So I alternate like different cleansers. So at the moment it's Medicate's like cream cleanser.
Okay.
Which is nice. And then, but I'll use like a balm or something to take makeup off with, but then that'll be like my second cleanse. I use retinol. I use
do you exfoliate 2 or 3 times a week?
I use like a physical, not a grain exfoliator, but like a it's like a fruit enzyme one where you put on your face and then it basically feels like you're taking the top layer of skin off. Okay. So I use one of those, and then I will sometimes use like an AHA. It's a Medicate one. I can't remember the name of it. Okay. But yeah, maybe like once a week, twice a week.
Cool. So you're good with your routine, like you're good at like.
Oh yeah, I think I am, but I think I probably use too many products. I probably just mix and match because I'm like, oh, see something new, and then I'm gonna get excited by it.
Okay, yeah, that's what a lot of people do nowadays. They're more overusing. Years ago, it was like they were underusing, but now it's more overusing. Okay, and how about your medical history? Any medication, anything like that? Any medical problems?
No, nothing. Just the pill.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I want to ask. Let me see. Anyone have any ideas about what's Rowena's skin is like? Anything? Okay, so we said, so two people said using more active ingredients over processed. Now, do you feel your skin reacts?
A little bit, yeah.
Or gets irritated?
Yeah, like, I mean, it's probably normal, but after I've used retinol, like it becomes a bit more redder, or I'll have like a few, like not breakouts, but like a few kind of marks and spots and stuff.
Okay. What's the percentage of retinol?
It's the crystal. It's the number crystal 6. I can't tell you the percentage. I don't know. But it's called crystal 6.
Is it the Medicate 8 one or the crystal clear one? What is?
It's Medicate. It's in a silver one. It's Medicate crystal number 6.
Okay. Someone's asked, how long are you on your retinol?
I've used it I probably maximum use it twice a week and I haven't finished the tube yet for about 2 or 3 months.
Okay. But you've always noticed this?
Yeah.
You've always noticed this?
Yeah.
Okay. So, no. Nope. Prize for someone who comes up with, and if someone comes up with it, well, Tracy's on the right track. But if someone comes up with it, they get a big prize.
Yeah, I wear SPF.
Yeah, she wears SPF. She's not overdoing it on the peels because she's only had one. It's only been 20%. 20% is like what you get in a cleanser nearly. Sensitive. It's not sensitive because she doesn't have any allergies and she doesn't really react. Sometimes it can be a bit red, but it's not a reaction. It's this is like this is a very good one actually, because this is less known to people. So it's actually a good one. So, okay, I'm going to start off this way. What is her skin type? No, no such thing as combination. What's her skin type? Yeah, normal, exactly. So if her skin's type normal, is her skin type sensitive? No. Hormonal or too much product? Well, this has happened. She said it's forever. So if it's forever, it's genetic. So she's normal skin type. Kind of. It's not. Anybody else? Not reactive. Needs more oils in her diet. What did you, how's your oils?
What, from like fish?
Yeah.
Minimal, no. I sometimes remember to take an omega-3 supplement, but that's about it.
Okay. And do you find that you get puffy eyes in the morning or anything? Or puffy ankles, right? Okay, so lymphatic system. If you get a spot, how long does it take to heal?
Maximum like a week.
Okay. So lymphatic system isn't bad. You heal quite quickly.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you what it is. Basically, this is something, the simple way of explaining is leaking capillaries. So what happens is the capillaries, when you get a broken vein, it's because they're blocked, like they're clogged. But do you ever see someone that like gets, they might be a Fitzpatrick 1, but they have like a little bit of redness, just redness, permanent redness there, or permanent redness here. They get kind of like just across this. This is called leaking capillaries, is the kind of simple term for it. And all it's doing is the capillaries in that area is weakened, and it's got to do with her genetics and her skin type and where like her hereditary it's from, but it's consistently leaking into the body rather than actually just pushing the way through. So leaking capillaries, this is something that you can't treat with creams. You can help improve it, but you can't treat with creams. So for example, what I would put you on IPL and a course of IPL, but I would also say to you, we can greatly reduce it, we can improve it, but we can't get rid of it. Exactly, IPL treatment. The vitamin C, yeah, Joan Marie, you're right, to help with the strengthen the capillaries, because what we need to do is strengthen the capillaries in that area. And we need to, don't be using more like protective stuff. So like hyaluronic acid, less aggressive with, don't use too many actives, don't use too many ingredients. But even if you like stayed in all the time and had the best skincare in the world, you're still going to have that bit of redness because that will leak the capillaries. The other thing that's really good for it is lymphatic drainage, because it helps move the blood along, and then you strengthen the capillaries in that area. Yeah, so this was 3 years ago. I had a client in, and she had the same in this area, and I've seen it here. You've never seen someone with like the redness that doesn't shift. This is what it is. And so I didn't hear about this until the client gave me the name of it. I put it in the new advanced skin course book. So yeah, you need to do a course of IPL, help with your lymphatic system. Let me see, where is it? I think I actually, Here, I'll actually go to images and you can see.
Mummy. Shh, Jackson. Shh.
2 seconds. Yeah, but telangiestation, the definition of telangiestation is broken capillaries, so it's different. So it's more of a overall redness rather than, when you get broken capillaries, it's a I have it in the new advanced skin course book, images of it. But the reason why it's really good you're on this now, because the girls to know that like you can only assist with this. You can't actually get rid of it. It is something the LED will help, the lymphatic drainage will help, but you can't get it. Let me see. Schamberg's disease. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to share the screen with you now. So if you want, like the extreme of leaking into the skin is the is like a bruise. That's the extreme, like, like that's actually a bruise is the vessels have leaked into the skin in a large quantity in that area and you've a lot of dead tissue. But this leaking capillaries, this is, so basically Gayle, you've the book. No, it's not in that book because it's in the new book, because this is only that was something from, so the capillary leaks and it causes a redness to the area. You generally have it like in white skin ginger people, or you have it in Swedish people, or it's on like a like you're saying, Gayle, you were saying about your client who has really dry skin and the permanent redness like that, but they don't have dry, they don't have irritated, there's nothing wrong with their skin, it just goes red, and that's all it is, and it's just leaking capillaries. So you're going to have to book a course of the IPL. It'll help break down the capillaries in that area, create angiogenesis to kind of build it all back up, and then vitamin C, hyaluronic acid.
Okay, cool.
That's really, like, I know, I'm sorry, like, and lymphatic drainage is really good when you get like the vacuum suction on the face, that really helps as well. But that's the best you can do with it. So sorry about that. Can't do more.
That's great, thank you.
No worries. Okay, so I need to find this. Genetics. Genetics, it's the Fitzpatrick skin type, generally associated with MHRA gene, MHRA, the dash gene, the Viking gene. It's normally associated with that. Only after I found out about it, then I realized some of I could start seeing it more and more, because it wasn't dry, it wasn't sensitive, it wasn't reactive. It just went quite red quite easily with their genetics, but then there was also a little permanent redness. But I hope that helped though. Rowena. Okay, cool. So, does anyone else want a consultation? I need to find this. Anybody have my book there? Because I obviously don't have on the small laptop. It's too. It's not Patricia, and it's not. Yeah. The advanced skincare, the printed, the colored one, the one. If you have it, go to Broken Capillaries, and in Broken Capillaries, after rosacea or before rosacea, it's about this, the leaking capillaries. Okay, let me see. Tracy, you're first. Okay, so. Okay, Tracy, you have to turn on your camera, I think.
Is that it?
Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can. How are you doing? How's things?
Good.
How's business?
Really, really good. Yeah, you can't complain. I
Okay,
just want to do it online. I need to get online. That's what I need to do, and I haven't done that yet. Yeah,
exactly. Like that's all you have to do. Sit down, email your clients, and say, "Let's have a chat," and then could you get something out of it? 100%. Okay, so how's your skin at the moment? Any problems? Any issues?
Just, I feel dry. I feel dry and tight. Yeah, I feel dry and tight. And I think I still, on this side here, it always looks not scaly, but it's got a different sort of look to it. Right here, I've done peels, and it just looks, it just doesn't look like the rest of the skin.
Okay, and is it a bit like it's rough, but is it also a little bit holy or something?
Not holy, rough, but not a dry rough. Just when you look at it at a certain angle, it just looks like sugary, like not sugary, but a glaze. Yeah, glaze.
Okay. And how have you found, like, how have you noticed, like, how long has this been around, or when have you noticed?
A long time. I can't seem to get rid of it.
Okay. And what treatments have you done recently?
Recently, I've done a course of 3 TCA peels. I've done needling. I do that. Well, I've done that for 3 times every 4 weeks. Yeah. And that's it. That's it, really. Just my normal skin routine.
Okay. And right, let's go through. First of all, does your skin ever go red?
No.
Do you ever flush or get embarrassed?
No.
No other redness. You're not prone to redness?
No.
Do you ever get PIH, like pigmentation from trauma, like inflammation or something? Okay. No. Do you get oily shine during the day?
No.
Do you get breakouts much at all?
Never.
Never. And does it ever get flaky, dry, or tight?
Yeah. At the moment it is. I just put it down to winter, and I always change my moisturizer.
Yeah. Okay. So your skin's drier at the moment, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Have you noticed it getting drier over the last few years, or just every winter is like that?
Definitely the last few years, but I'm going through that menopause stage, so I think it's to do with that, the dryness.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and so how many liters of water do you drink a day, or do you drink any?
I drink loads. I drink over the what you know when recommended to drink. I'm a really thirsty person.
Okay, cool. And how's your alcohol?
Alcohol's bad.
Like everyone right now.
Yeah, right now. I went really good, but obviously since Christmas again, it's every day. It might just be one glass, and I do mean one glass. I'm not saying a bottle.
Yeah, yeah,
But I've got into that mentality that I need it to help me sleep, you know?
yeah, yeah,
So it
exactly.
is every day, but it's not a binge drink. It might be,
Yeah.
a glass of wine or a gin and tonic.
Yeah, exactly. Because see, the thing is, when we're not working right now, there's nothing to wear us out. Like when we're not running around the clinic. What was I going to say to you was, coffee. How many teas coffee a day?
Tea, I drink so much tea. So much
Okay,
tea. And I like it
okay,
strong.
okay, cool. And would you ever swap your tea?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Okay. So caffeine's not great. So we're going to say dehydrated. That's what I'm like holding on in my head. We also know that you're going through a change, which means less oil to the skin, which means more dried out as well. Generally, that shine that you can see is an area of excess keratinization, but your excess keratinization could actually be from lack of vitamin D, not from just the dryness. Because so if you check the back of your arms, how's that feeling at the moment? Dry and rough or okay?
Here,
Like if you feel your skin, if you feel the skin on the back of your arms, how
just
does that feel?
dry, not rough, just dry.
Okay. Okay, so how's your diet at the moment? Like breakfast, lunch, dinner, fish, vegetables,
I eat a
sweets?
really healthy, balanced diet, but this is one thing I was gonna say to you. I love sweets, like penny
Yeah,
sweet. I love all the licorice and the kids have them, and I love it. And in my mind, I think maybe it's that having this effect on my skin. I don't know. I think it's
yeah,
I eat really, really great, but then I ruin it with the sweets.
yeah. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's funny. Yeah. So the thing is okay, I have a very, very sweet tooth,
Mm.
and like anyone that knows me will know that. But there's a difference between chocolate and sweets, because sweets is really high in sugar and very hard for your body to break down and process. And if it doesn't process it, stores it. And if it stores it, then it becomes a problem for your skin. Okay, cool. So any medication, anything like that at the moment, medical treatments, anything like that?
No,
Nothing.
nothing.
Okay, and I'm trying to think of
I'm a bit
anything
of an
else.
odd one. I can't even work out myself, so I don't know how you're going to do this.
And you've a bit of oil, supplements. You're taking supplements at the moment.
I'm
Right.
taking vitamin D,
Yeah.
and that is it. I went for a stage taking loads, but they've all worn down at the moment, and I just haven't replaced them.
Okay, cool.
I can't eat
But
gluten. I've got a gluten sensitivity. Don't know if
really?
I don't know if that's got anything to do with it.
Yeah. How is your lymphatic system? Do you get puffiness under the eyes?
No.
And if you get on a flight, would you get ever puffiness around the ankles?
No.
Okay. And if you get a spot, how long would it last? You don't really.
I don't really get them, but I do heal very fast, I would say.
Okay. The lymphatic system's fine. So basically it means that internally So if you take the supplements and you take them in, then internally your lymphatic system should be working fine to get them to the area. Okay, how often are you exfoliating?
A lot. I'm doing my 2 to 3 times a week because I know how important that is.
Okay, so what do you use? Cleanser, what type of cleanser is it?
I use Dermaquest. That's my products at the moment. I use the glycopeptide cleanser and then the essentials every other day. I also got the jojoba bead scrub Dermaquest one. Use that.
Yeah.
And I'll do some some resurfacers.
Okay. And moisturizer. What are you?
Because I am really fit, I use my hyaluronic acid every day.
Yeah.
And because I said I feel really dry at the moment, which when I'm talking to you, it probably is because I'm drinking every day now. I've had to step up to an ultra rich moisturizer, Dermaquest.
Okay, cool. Right. What does people think? Any suggestions? Ella, good one with the glycation. You call that early. Okay, Gayle says too much sugar, slight dehydration, and a form of keratinization. Yeah, dehydration, definitely, without a doubt.
So it's my tea, isn't it? Because I'm drinking the water, but it's that I am a real tea bag. I'm constantly.
Basically, for every tea you take in, you should take, on top of your 2 liters a day, you should take another glass of water in.
Oh, that's a lot then, yeah.
And then also, as well as when every time you take sugar in, you should be taking more water in too.
I just need to stop that, basically, stop it.
And change teas. Change to a non-caffeinated tea.
Yeah.
Is this dryness all over the body or just the face? So she said she's dry on her arms. Is it dry on the rest of the body?
Yep, legs. I feel really dry.
Yeah.
But not like itchy, not like eczema, just dry, shedding.
Yeah. That is 100% as well the menopause though. That okay, I'm going to be like very, very brutal about this. The reason why they say like your private parts dry out, that's how much your body dries out. Do you know, really, really, really dry out. So you're really drying out, and then you're also drinking loads of tea. You're also eating lots of sugar, not eating lots, but just eating the wrong kind. Alcohol. Do you know how much alcohol red wine has in sugar?
No, I haven't got a clue.
Same as a Mars bar.
Ooh.
Just switch to gin and tonic, or the vodka, soda, and water lime. But yeah, it's going to be. Gayle said one dry body brushing omegas. Yeah, definitely. Cut out and make sure about your vitamin D level. Exactly. See, the thing is at the moment you won't, like, even with vitamin D supplements, we're not having enough sun because we're not out as much as we were. So there's going to be a lot, and lack of vitamin D makes excess keratinization. And that along there is like excess keratinization and glycation. Ionella, you called it early.
You were saying something about my adrenal glands.
Now, when was this? This is a couple of years ago, though.
It was a couple of years ago, and you said, do you have a problem with your adrenal glands? And I've always wondered why you said that.
No, do you know why?
Is that to do with this?
No, do you know why?
No.
So basically, your adrenal glands go into hyper mode for 2 reasons. 1 is stress and 2 is sugar. And if you're taking in too much sugar, if you touch here, you'll feel your adrenal glands are swollen. Yeah. Like not there. There, your adrenal, you can feel the 2 bumps. They're like they're 2 little things here, and you can feel them
popping.
So that's your adrenals, and it's either stress or sugar. And I'd say with you, it's sugar.
Definitely.
So yours is actually quite simple. Yours is, I need to look after my body now because it's going through the change. I need to take omega supplements. I need to cut down on the caffeine. I need to make sure that I'm dry body brushing and don't use a heavy moisturizer.
Okay.
Well, because it's just it won't help. You need to use, even if you use, the Ultra Rich and Dermaquest, I don't know about actually, to be honest, because even though we had Dermaquest, I never ordered it, so I don't know, but yeah.
So when I use their essential one, it feels like my skin just absorbs it straight away. So just use that one then.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you want, is it to absorb it straight away. You don't want to feel it. Also, is that be careful on your acids, because we work, exactly, Jolie. Because we work in the industry, we're too used to doing treatments when we see something wrong. Like that was the exact same as one of the girls yesterday when it was messaging me. It was like, we'll exfoliate for dry skin. And yeah, you should, but just be careful. I would say do a week of just the essential cleanser and your hyaluronic serum, just a week, nothing else, and see what happens. Yeah. Because I think that's all, your skin needs a little bit of a break from over exfoliating. But yeah, you've good skin. You've really good skin. Yeah, and less tapping.
Thank you.
No worries. Thanks for coming on. Any more questions about Tracy's skin? Nothing? Cool. Okay, we'll get Gayle on. Let me see. Okay, bye now.
Bye.
No. Gayle. Okay, so make presenter. So now all you have to do is turn the camera on. Give me some difficult, like. Okay.
Hello.
There you are. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm all right. Don't mind me. My hair needs washed. I'm just in my house cleaning gear.
Okay, so how's your skin at the moment?
Very good, apart from, because I get a skin therapist and I do have a good skincare routine. The only thing is I've got a couple of blemishes here that started in the last couple of days because it's the time of the month.
Yeah.
And no matter what I do, in my experience, I can't get rid of open pores across here. And I've looked at them deep. They're not blocked, so they're not blackheads, but they look like blackheads until you get really close. So traditional across the nose and across the cheekbone here and across the top are really, really open pores, which I know happens when you get older anyway. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. So anyone know what's the difference with different types of open pores and why open pores become more apparent? Anyone know why there's open pore is open pore without being blocked? Exactly. Okay. So 2 reasons you have open pores. One, you have open pores because you've oily skin, or one because you've dehydrated skin. Excess oil, when you have continuously oil going through the pores for years and your skin starts to lose collagen elasticity, those pores, they become like scars. That's actually like they're scars because they just stay with that skin. And what will happen is when we get really old, they'll become like a dimpled, mottled chin along here, which is really nice. Or else you have from your dry dehydratedness and exfoliation as well. Okay, so what could help Gayle with open pores? Have you tried the needling?
I haven't, and it is on my to-do list to buy the roller next, but I haven't actually had a full-on needling treatment. I just wondered if it would be a bit extreme.
So basically, you've good thick skin and you're aging well, which means like the needling is actually brilliant for your skin type, because it sounds way more aggressive than it is. It's actually less adverse reactions, less chance of downtime than laser, peels, anything like that. So that the needling really, really good, definitely. Someone said about the IPL. So now, if you use the IPL on someone like Gayle, basically what will happen is it'll help close the pores when you're younger, when the pores are just from dehydration. But and it'll help dry up the oil so the pores seem less. But if it's turned into scarring as you get older, it's not going to make a difference. It's only going to help slightly with it. So you're going to try the needling. You have to come up and be a model for when we get back training.
I would. It's such a lot. It's a long travel for me though, isn't it? It wasn't so bad when you've done some clinics in Warrington. I've had IPL off you before, actually. I had some large sun damage pigmentation on here, and you did that away when I was down for my training. So I want to buy the lighten serum next, because I have sun damage across here from years ago, when I didn't have a care in the world and didn't look after my skin much and didn't really SPF every day, which obviously now religiously I do. But I've still got that slight sun damage across there from previous sunburns in my youth, so I wouldn't mind the lighten to see if that would help that.
Well, we're going to we'll be back in Warrington pretty much straight away after we reopen, because there's a load of people waiting. So come be like if on a Sunday or Saturday, because I'm going to do Warrington on a Saturday, Sunday, Monday, because it's just hard to get models up there. Anyone can come be a model, and especially when it's past students or current students, because it's great to like be a model for another student, and also for the student to have someone that kind of knows their stuff as well. Definitely. And so what are you doing treatments wise at the moment then? What are you finding with clients that are popular?
Well, I'm not open at the moment, so nothing much, but I've just got the LED machine off you, so I've got a big demand for that. I've got a lot of people wanting to try that when I open again. Most things I get booked for is I have a lot of monthly clients that like their monthly deep clean exfoliation, dermaplane, and that kind of thing. That's probably my most popular.
Yeah, exactly. It's the monthly work well as well. So that it's brilliant for that as well, for maintenance, for people to come in. It's good. And what are you using on your skin at the moment?
I use Temple Spa daily. Obviously, that's the product that I sell a lot of. I want to get some of your stuff in too. But now that I'm listed as a wholesaler, so I always double cleanse every day. So my first cleanse is always with it's like a prebiotic, so it's a microbiome protecting gentle cleanser. And then my second cleanse is normally like a deeper cleanse, it's got exfoliation in there as well, but it's all quite natural. I always then I tone with it's called glycolic, so it's actually got glycolic acid, mandelic acid, and lactic acid in it in safe volumes to do like a resurfacing tone at the same time. And then I use a SPF moisturizer, but I also use in between all that at night, I use a retinol serum as well before my night moisturizer.
Yeah, see, like the thing is, you've good skin and you know what you're doing. So while you're on here, I'm going to get you for something else. What is a difficult client question they'll come up with in consultation you've come across, just for the other girls?
Probably mine about open pores. Sun damage. I get a lot of people with sun damage pigmentation.
So sun damage is difficult because you have to establish if it's epidermal or dermal, and really, really what it's about commitment to the products, because otherwise they go out in the sun, the pigmentation come back and it'll be an issue. The ultimate is tyrosine inhibitor. A good, strong tyrosine inhibitor is the most important. Peels are amazing for pigmentation, but if it's dermal pigmentation, actually what's really good is skin needling, because it hits the dermis, whereas, you know, your peels and your IPL are more epidermal pigmentation. Has anyone got any questions while Gayle is on here? Someone's typing. Best tyrosine inhibitor is the one that I've seen is the Skin Bright Serum, because of the kojic acid and the vitamin C in it. That's the most effective for like all skin types. I have seen like Obagi does brilliant ones. There are loads out there. It's not really, it's just finding a good product with kojic acid, vitamin C in it, and it'll be, yeah, they're really good. What's the tyrosine inhibitor you use, Gayle? What's in Temple Spa?
I don't think there is a range of that. That's why I wanted to try your lighten for my pigmentation. I think it's changed a little with the retinol serum. Not as much as I'd want it to.
No, you can't. It's not really. You do need to use, and if you use the lighten, you'll notice it'll lighten in probably a week, 2 weeks, but then it'll take a month, and then it'll really start to lift it. One of the girls, Rebecca, she uses it the whole time in the vitamin C, because she is that shadow, you know, in the pigmentation, and she uses it for that, and it's brilliant.
I wanted to bring your product in as well, because then I feel like I'm going to tick more boxes within my treatments as well.
Yeah, it is, because that's the thing, when like we all worked with like spa products and relaxing nice products, and then it's kind of getting that balance of more active ingredients without having to get into a whole new skincare line. Okay, so any suggestions for Gayle's skin, or any questions for Gayle's skin? She's no fun because her skin is too good. I'm just like, nah.
I've got, I hope microneedling would maybe help here. Do you think? I've got these frown lines here is what I hate the most.
100%, definitely.
They're not as deep with the retinol, but they're still there. So yeah.
I have one of the students from a good, I think 5 years ago. We done one session on her, and it was great. We done another session on, I have my other half. I'm at about the whole time. Here, do your face. You need to get rid of those lines. Honestly, brilliant. Really, really should help. Definitely, without a doubt. Minimum, so if it's microneedling treatment, it is minimum 3 sessions. If it's at-home rollering, it's just general progress, a couple of times a week. They'll probably notice it takes 30 days for anything really to work properly, but probably will take a month to 6 weeks to start to notice a difference. Like sometimes they'll notice a difference straight away, but I don't like to say that, because then in case they can't. Sarah Jane, you have, let me see, ask Amanda. Basically, we've been, because Ireland has less microneedling pens, the Rejuve pen Technosurgical have is meant to be good. Joanne used it before. I don't know who else supplies. Do you know actually who's come out with a pen is Candela, and it looks a brilliant pen. They've bought over someone else. But Skin Pen is obviously brilliant because it's FDA approved, it's well known, but it's very expensive needles, but good training, good product. Who else? I'm trying to think of anyone else. Derma Pen are good. They're good. If I was going Skin Pen or Derma Pen, I'd go Skin Pen, definitely. But yeah, Cosmo Pro, yeah, I use the Cosmo Pro. Perfect, it's great. Like that's what I always use. For the training and everything. It's wireless. It's not as, it's only 10 instead of 20 for the needles, and yeah, that's the ones I use. But I'm thinking in Ireland, the ones over there. Really? Betcha, because they swapped out for a Chinese one. So like they had, so Dermapen 1, Dermapen 2 were fine, but Dermapen 3 got retracted and now it's not being, so I reckon, yeah, Skin Pen is meant to be good. Cool. Okay, right, we'll let you go, Gayle, so you don't have to.
Thank you.
Yeah, just watch out for the dates and you can come and be a model anytime.
I would love that. Yeah. Yeah, because I've got good, for my age, because I'm 38, yeah, I've got good collagen levels, I think, in my skin. I think it's probably just lacking there. But yeah, definitely is pigmentation across here from previous sun damage and open pores is my main issues. That will probably be a good one to think about.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. Right, I'm gonna take you off and see you later. Okay, so let me see. I use what's this? Skin Pen. How to become a model. So basically you can email in, but Colette will probably have a heart attack of 100 people that email in. If you download the Skin Philosophy app, we have like the location and the students, and basically you can book straight through there. So once we open the diaries, once government give announcement on the 22nd and we can do dates, then we'll open up the diaries. And then if you want to be a model, so just download Skin Philosophy app on the App Store, and yeah, you can do it that way. Okay. Any other questions? Someone's typing. I love plasma. I do, because it's brilliant results. The only problem is there's a lot of selling for the wrong treatments. For eyelids, it's absolutely amazing. But say for example, like people are using it for nasolabial folds, the downtime is too much and the results aren't good enough. Thin skin, it's brilliant for, but they're selling it for anything now, and I don't agree with that. But yeah, really good for eyes. Yeah, so porphyria. So basically, now this is only something that I've kind of linked up, but it's people with thyroid issues, you see with it more. So it's kind of the same thing of perfume neck, but it's not really perfume. So basically what they said years ago with porphyria was perfume neck was caused by fragrances. But the problem is you'll see it as a butterfly effect. You'll see it just here and nothing here. Now, what I notice is, like, I think people that have it here generally have a thyroid issue as well. You know, sometimes you get, like, I have a bit of pigmentation there. So say, for example, I'll go out in the sun. I might not protect my skin, and then my vessels will break, and then it'll cause like a flushness to the area. I did it to my legs by accident while I was here. Like, I mean, I had old granny red veins, like you know, that matted red where the sun had just from the heat. So basically, yeah, so when you get that kind of pigmentation in red veins, that's where you notice, like, that's from more sun damage. But I notice the people that have the kind of just redness to it, there's links to thyroidism there. But yeah, so basically all it is the vessels in the area. This is a harder area to treat, to heal, and the vessel areas in that have like kind of expanded, and it's like this flushness you get, but it's a permanent flushness. Now, what I've done with that, which has worked in the previous, is IPL, skin needling, and peels all together, not in one treatment, but as in a 2-week progress. So basically the pigmentation was the peels and the needling, and the IPL was to help the pigmentation and the redness, and the needling helped break down the capillaries in that area to create angiogenesis. So it was peels, needling, and IPL all together as a program that really, really helped. One of my friends, she had it really bad on her neck, and we saw brilliant results. Really, really, really good with it as well. Okay, so okay, I don't do microderm myself. I definitely think microneedling is better than microderm, but clients ask for microderm more. That's the only thing. I recently had IPL skin resurface for acne and the derm use derma roller anymore. I'm not sure why she mentioned. So basically, so your roller, when it's 0.25, it means it can move over the skin. Okay, think about your top layers of the skin. You have your stratum corneum. Your stratum corneum is it makes up a lot of your epidermis, and basically your stratum corneum is where your 0.25 will just pierce that. So when you hit that area, you can't create scarring. You're only basically opening up the skin. But you go deeper with a roller, what it'll do is it'll create a tear when you are going into the skin. So that's why you don't put too much pressure and you just let a bit of redness. So yes, rollers create scarring when it's used at 1.5 as an actual treatment, because it goes in at one angle and out at the other, which creates a tear in the skin. And it's at a deeper level, at the dermis level, where scar tissue is created. When it's 0.25, it's only epidermis. All you're doing is basically kind of breaking down the top layers of the epidermis, but you're not actually, you can't create scarring from it unless you go really hard at it. Therapists say this because, listen, I've been up and down with these rides that people go on, like, oh, this is great, this is shit, this is great, this is shit. You just have to use your own common sense of what do you think is right, because sometimes, like, this is coming about because two influencers saying no, you shouldn't use home rulers. Well, yeah, you shouldn't buy home rollers off the internet. You don't know what they're made from. You don't even know if they're sterilized. You shouldn't use home rollers that aren't stainless steel. You shouldn't use home rollers that are deeper than 0.25. But so it's caveats with the don't use home roller. But someone else hears that and they're like, oh yeah, you shouldn't use home roller. You need to kind of like look at everything everyone says and look at it all points of view and kind of make your own decision. I never ever say you need to listen to me. I'm like, think about it yourself. What do you think? Okay, I'd love to do microneedling, whatever, so not sure of local. It depends on local authority. You have to talk to your local council. I don't have a clue. It does, yeah, it does, and your insurance. Cystic sats and both, but no oily T-zone. So this is something that I have been getting lately. It's like these big red bumps under my skin. I know, Christine, yours is 100%. I know you think you're not stressed, but 100%, like the fact that the magnesium helped your breakouts and the fact that you're getting cystic acne, there's definitely excess hormones. And I personally think it's stress, whether you realize it or not. I think it is, definitely. What's the lowest retinol percentage we can start from? Some did not use it before. 0.5. Lowest retinol we can start for. It depends. It doesn't mean 0.5. If you're only using it once or twice a week, 0.5. If you're using it every day, you can go lesser. So it depends. It depends on the retinol. It depends on how it's made, everything like that. No worries. Yeah, exactly. So you can use that one daily. Okay, any other questions? It is now 2 hours, 15 minutes. Anything else? No problem. Glad you liked it. Good. Glad you liked it. Sarah Jane, get Lisa to give you the sales course for your, honestly. The Advanced Skin Manual, the new one, is on their website. It's cheaper than what's on Amazon, so go to there. We've just got a delivery today, so anybody who's due a book will get one. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know, can't wait to get started. Bloody hell, yeah, we have to wait for the government. We said start March, but it like 8th, 9th, as soon as, but I don't think so. Thanks. I'm hoping it's going to be, I don't know. They said yesterday, the pubs in July? But they said, yeah, I think April. That's what I think. I think it's going to be start of April. Yeah, it is. Thank you. If the advanced skin course online is just online, but at the end of the online, you should get a link to buy the book. So the book comes extra on top, because we used to charge $895 for that course, plus VAT. I think Tracy was one of the women that was on it. I think Gayle too also paid that. So basically we took out the book and we just put it online instead of classroom, and we made it $400. So because of that, then the book is separate. It gives you a link, you can buy straight through it. Thank you. I hate compliments. I don't know how to take them. I'm like, ah. Yeah, the book is good. The online advanced skin course is like no, it's probably more. It's probably more than that. Yeah. It's a lot of information. You don't just watch it once through, you keep watching it and watching it and watching it, because more information absorbs in every time. So basically we do level 4. So ours is just level 4, that's it. You can buy a pen from Cosmo Pro, but you can buy a pen from anywhere. But ours is just the level 4 qualification. We don't get involved with the suppliers. Only reason we recommend them is because they're nice, they're good value, and they do a decent pen. Thank you. You need to be minimum level 3. Yeah, you have to have your facial electrics. No problem. Just, download the app, and then you'll see when. No problem, Maria. We'll see when we can get appointments in. But we'll need models, lots of models. And I prefer to give it to the students and the people that like support skin philosophy than just randomers. So yes, download the app. Anyone wants treatments. Yeah, so the online advanced skin course is just to watch and absorb information. You don't actually have to submit anything, because it's only my material, not a qualification. So the advanced skin course, you don't have to do anything, just watch, take notes, that's it. You don't have to submit anything. Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. I know, we get you on being a model, Amber. Thanks a million. So I had the download up for that time. So the consultation form you can download if you're doing the courses, because it's on your coursework. Or else, if you want it from me, just email info@skinphilosophy.training or Annalise@skinphilosophy.co.uk, and I'll send you over a copy. No problem. Okay. And we might try and do something next week. I don't know though. I don't know what to do or what people want. I was thinking how diseases and disorders affect skin. But yeah, like stuff like Crohn's and stuff like that. Yeah, will you, Anna Louise at skinphilosophy.co.uk, will you, because I'll say yeah and then I'll forget. Yeah, hoping something like that. It really depends. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that, if that not next week, then maybe the week after, maybe next week might be, I have to see, it's just, yeah. But I think that's a lot of we're missing. You know, how much, like it's like, how much sickness or inflammation or things affect our skin. And when clients are coming into us with something, the new training qualifications, what new training qualifications? What? I don't know that. Oh, the teaching. Oh, yeah, there's new teaching training qualifications and stuff like that. We sent out an email as well. You can sign up for any emails on the website. If you inquire anything like that, it'll put you automatically through onto the database. So if you ever want, like say, for example, these webinars, if you're missing them, we send out an email with the link to them. So make sure you get on the links. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. It's 2 hours, 20 minutes. And I am sweltering. I think it's 30 degrees outside. And I didn't turn the aircon on before this. Dubai. I'm the epitome of that person. I didn't mean to, like it wasn't meant to be here. But now it's become business. Thank you. Have a good day. Thanks, Victoria. Okay. Thanks. Right. Have a good day, and we'll see you next week, hopefully, God willing. See you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. See you. Bye.